Hello, Cancer. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting June 2nd, 2025. My fellow crabs, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I definitely appreciate you. The deck that I am using will be listed in the description box, not intentionally reading reversal. Just going to shuffle up the deck real good from doing Gemini's messages for the week. And we shall begin your messages. All right, so what is the potential energy for Cancer? What is the energy for my crabs this week? What's coming up for Cancer? And just to throw in there, Cancers, my week this week was a little bit better than the previous weeks, trust me. All right, so I didn't come into a lot of money, but it was much better mentally and emotionally, whatever. All right, energies for my crabs. We are under a full moon, so that might have some sort of influence or impact in terms of what's going to happen for us next week, but we'll see. Energies for Cancer. All right, Cancer, we're going to start off with the Seven of Blues. Seven of Blues. Blues in this deck here represent cups. So we start off pretty good. Seven of Cups here is all about trusting your intuition, Cancer. You have to trust the process. You know, those gut feelings that you get. The very first thing that you get is the correct answer, right? Seven of Cups also, too, could be that you not only have to trust your intuition, because there may be several things that come to you or be in presentation to you that you have to pick and choose from. So you always want to make sure that you're picking and choosing what's going to be best for you, whatever that energy may be. Now, the cups Seven of Cups represents love and relationships. So I feel that because you received this card in your spread, it's always an extension of that energy coming towards you. And that energy could be coming towards you from family members, friends, and definitely romantic partners. All right, so that's the Seven of Cups. Now we have the Four of Jazz. Jazz in this deck is the Wands. Okay, so now the happiness card shows up here. So this is celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries. It could be engagements. It could be proposals. It could be, someone, thinking about relocating or moving to a different area. It could be, people, couples wanting to move in with one another, taking a relationship a step further. It could be family members. It could be platonic friends. Always the shared happiness inside a structure of a building. Now, whether or not any types of decisions to move or relocate warrants any purchases of property or land, it doesn't really matter. I always get that energy with the Four of Wands, okay? The happiness card, something to be happy about this week. Following the Seven of Cups, that might be relationships in particular. Now we have the Five of Blues. The Five of Blues here is always about sadness or disappointment. So it could be, if it is expressed towards you this week, Cancer, don't worry about it because, we go through our own little mood swings and we don't have to have a trigger. Anyone triggering that energy for us. You know that you come into a mood and it doesn't last that long. It's just a passing moment, passing energy. Sadness or disappointment can't be taken really seriously here because it could be something so simple. Like I've used in the past about, say maybe you set your alarm to wake you up at a specific time and then you oversleep and you get mad at yourself or you're upset with yourself because you wanted to get up at it, that said time that you set your clock for. And that's all that it may be, okay? But if it's not the energy that's going to be expressed towards you, it could be if you have children, it could be your child, it could be your romantic partner, it could be a platonic friend, it could also be someone else in your family having to experience some sort of sadness or disappointment. All right, so then I just talked about the moon, and here we have it. Okay, so the moon is here. Definitely pay attention to your intuition. You got two cards here to suggest you need to pay attention to your intuition. Trust the process, Cancer, this week of whatever it is that you get initially in that gut or the inner voices that you hear. Likes and crushes may come forward because this reveals those things. Any other secrets that were held or kept from you may be revealed as well. We definitely want to put a check on our emotions this week, making sure that we are balanced emotionally, because this moon does have a tendency to be tricky and send our emotions up too high or send them down too low. And because the moon represents changes, emotional changes, so there's a cycle of energy that's leaving us, and this new cycle that's about to begin. All right. So, but I feel that most importantly is to make sure that you are paying attention to your intuition. All right. Following the major arcana of the moon here for you, Cancer. Now we have the Seven of Jazz, is the Seven of Wands. Any actions or decisions that you are about to contemplate or move forward with this week, you always want to move forward with that energy. Stand your ground, trust yourself that whatever you're about to do, you're doing it for yourself. That's going to be right. And if you don't, this card is then read as the card of regret. Okay, so always follow through with whatever it is that you're going to do in terms of an action or a decision this week, Cancer, and you should be okay. All right, so following the Seven of Jazz here, now we have the rhythm. Rhythm is the, what is the rhythm? Well, the rhythm is the 22. Is that the world? That's got to be the world card. Okay, I'm going to read it as such as the world card here. And this is the major arcana of the world. This is about opportunities. I don't have my book in front of me, and because this is the creator that decided to change the names of everything, but I'm gonna stick to this world card. If later on I find out that it's not the world card, then I will change whatever I say. But I'm going to say it's the world card, 22, and yeah, 22, the world card. Opportunities. This is about possible opportunities that may be coming your way. Excuse me, coming your way. Um, like the moon, there is a cycle of energy that's closing up. I usually call it a chapter ending for you, Cancer. A new chapter is about to begin. Always be on the lookout for anything opportunistic this week, and the opportunities could come from any source, from anywhere. All right. So this is the major arcana, the world card. Up next, now we have the major arcana, the magician. All right. So two sides to the magician that I read. Always begin with the positive side. Cancer, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, desire, bring into your life, if you're in the form of prayers, mantras, or affirmations, continue to do so. Throw that energy. If you do throw it out there in the universe, or you throw it out there to whoever, is your higher source of energy, then, stay in alignment with that and just walk away from it. Just know that and having the ability to be patient and keep the faith that whatever it is that you're wanting or desiring to happen or occur in your life will happen. Okay, you just have to be patient and keep the faith. That's the positive end. On the negative end, I always read the magician as an actual person. I mean, he's standing there with looks like a machete, so he's not to be trusted. Okay, so on the negative end here, you still have to be careful, Cancer. Well, you got powerful cards here to help you to trust your intuition when it comes to dealing with strangers who are, into the form of manipulating you, controlling you, trying to extract from you. This could also be stretched out to family members, friends, and definitely romantic partners. So, use your best judgment, be discerning to know the difference when someone is trying to, pull the wool over your eyes. That is the major arcana, the magician on the negative end. Up next, now we have the upside down card, and that would be the major arcana, the hangman. All right, so the hangman is here. It's just coming through, Cancer, just to remind you, connected to this Seven of Jazz, any actions or decisions. You don't have any strong, actually, you don't have any swords in here, so it doesn't really matter. It's just here to remind you that moving forward, take your time. Don't rush through anything. He's just here just to remind you that you don't have to rush. Take your time so that you're not making any hasteful decisions, regretful decisions moving forward. Things hanging in the balance, air of suspension, sitting on the fence. That is the hangman, upside down. Next up, we have now we have the major arcana, the soul. Okay, so wait a minute, Cancer. Let me break here. All right, Cancer. So I needed to take a time out just to grab this book here, and it's a good thing I did. Cancer, you know how I roll. When I do these messages and stuff like that, I'm sort of like laid back and open to making changes and stuff, especially if I'm not too familiar with the deck. But the book says here, you receive the rhythm, and I was calling it the world card. It is not the world card, Cancer, so disregard those messages. And then I drew the soul card, right? That's another one. The artist here just said that these are bonus cards, um, extended from the, because I was trying to think. I said 22. We only have 21 major arcana, so why is it 22? I called it the world card, so I do apologize. And then when we got to soul card and it said 23, I said, wait, let me just take a break and get the book here. These are bonus cards, Cancer. You can see this in the book. And, the artist just said, please use them as you see fit. I recommend treating them as major arcana. So I call it as major arcanas. For this reason, I gave them numbers to expand the majors to 22 and 23. Their themes are broad and universal and represent important archetypes both from music and spirituality. If you are more traditional, it says you may simply just set them aside. So we already have them in here. So let me just throw cards on the rhythm here just to replace that, because I wouldn't know how to interpret these additional cards, because she really didn't go into detailed information, just said that they were bonus cards. So there's, considered major arcanas. Anyway, let's throw something on this rhythm in terms of additional. This is going to be a little lengthy, and then we have the major arcana, the devil. Okay, Cancer. So when the devil shows up here for your spread, it means that there's something that we need to have discussions about. It could be on a personal level, things going on with us in terms of bad habits, our own personal bad habits. It could be that we're dealing with toxic relationship. Could be that our work environment is toxic. Could be our community that is toxic. Something is strong arming us. Something is um, going on with us that we need to address. It could be addictions, your own addictions, drinking, smoking, gambling. Could be sex. Could be obsessing over something or someone. Could be that you're the Cancer that I'm reading for, that's working all the time, diving into that work energy, and then other areas of your life may be suffering. Could be your social life, romantic life, could be family life. Whatever the devil is casting out here on us, Cancer, we need to break the bond and the chain of this devil's force of energy. It's something that we're repeating, though, that could be unhealthy for us. And I always used in the past the FWB example. And so if you're dealing with that, friends with benefits, that's not a healthy relationship. It's just getting together to have great sex, and then you part and go about your business. But if it's the addiction aspect, it could be ours that we need to address, or it could be those that you are in association with, family members, friends, romantic partners, and the addictions that they may have may be creating a problem or strain on the relationship that you have with them. Unrequited love, putting too much energy out there to someone who is not giving you that energy back. So that is the devil, okay? And I don't really need to throw a clarifier on the devil, because it's just there's so much stuff going on. No one card is going to single out the energy for everybody. So that's why I'm not going to throw a clarifier. We usually the major arcanas, which I always tell you guys to pay attention to, because they will play out in some sort of way. There's something that's going on with us that we need to address, whether it's on a small scale or a large scale. We need to address it because the devil is in play. All right, so let's throw a card here on this soul energy here, and then we have the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Roots. All right, so the Four of Roots, holding on to something that needs to be released and let go, Cancer, whatever that is. It's not always attached to love and affection. For some Cancers, this still could be a small pay raise, or you're saving up for something greater. Okay, I notice he has his foot on a dollar bill. So it could be that you're holding on to some money that needs to be released and let go. Or it could indicate that you are holding a foot on the dollar bill, or he's holding a foot on the dollar bill because he's trying to save up for something else. All right, so the next card up here for you, Cancer, we have the Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana. So Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, is in your spread. This is fate and destiny. You have luck on your side all week, Cancer. It's one of the big money cards. So, if you're one of the risk-taking crabs that likes to do the casino runs, play the lottery, scratch offs, whatever, just play responsibly. I do. So this is big money that could come your way. You could also be dealing with something that you are fated to have, that's supposed to be for you or destined to have. All right. Anything that was unfortunate for you, Cancer, will turn around and become fortunate for you, because that's what the will is capable of doing. Additional messages here for you, Cancer, as if we didn't have enough. Now we have the Knight of Jazz. Knight of Jazz here is the Knight of Wands. So, it's a court card. It represents um, energy that we're dealing with, that could be us moving towards something very positive, or it's moving towards us, right? It could be a family member, friend, romantic partner that just, basically comes in to assist us and help us along the way with something, a task or something like that. Could be a family member, friend, romantic partner. Um, Things are building up, things are heating up, things are becoming more intense and passionate. That would be the Knight of Jazz. Also, to the presence of the Knight of Jazz in your spread would also indicate that a new relationship could take shape and form. That could be a romantic partnership. Definitely, I'm going to throw in a business partnership, Cancer, and also to a platonic friendship. Okay, because they come in very quickly if they were just going to come and assist you, and then they exit out real quickly, just as as fast as they come in. But anyway, this could be for any Cancer that I'm reading for, establishment of a new partnership or relationship in some way. All right, following the Knight of Jazz, the Knight of Wands, now we have the Ten of Jazz. So some of us Cancers will be somewhat extremely busy. This is one of my busy bee cards. Doing the things that you need to do to take care of this week. It could be for things you're doing for yourself. It could be work-related matters. It could be for family members, friends, romantic partner. The Ten of Wands comes in here to give you that energy assist to make all those things that you have to do, that's either on your plate or not on your plate, and bring it to completion. All right, so there should be no complaints from any crab this week of loss of energy or lack of energy. Okay, because you have help here with the Ten of Wands. Last card I'm gonna draw for you, Cancer, is the Six of Blues. Six of Blues is the Six of Cups. Going down memory lane for some of us, feeling nostalgic, thinking of childhood memories. Um, for those Cancers that I'm reading for, the living that's still around you that you may not have seen in a long period of time. That could be family members, friends, someone that you may have been linked with romantically. However, the Six of Cups does indicate that these people may reach out to you, because they're thinking of you, and it's been a while since they communicated with you. So don't be surprised if that occurs. For other Cancers, this could be a week of nostalgia, memory lane, memorializing someone, those people that you once knew or were close to. They're now over in spirit. I assigned the dates June 2nd through I think the 8th or the 9th in terms of their birthdays or their birthdates or their passing dates. And that energy, I just come up on my own. It's not something that's written in stone. Even number of cups here, again, like the moon, emotionally, uh, what you're going to be putting out this week is going to get back to you in return. All right. So this is what I have for you, Cancer. I do apologize. But I'll call myself out when I stumble upon something that doesn't quite look right. And I don't care. This is my channel. I can do what I want. So this is a little bit lengthy, but just take what you're gonna just take what's going to be useful for you. Leave the rest alone. As I always say, you guys have a safe, great week ahead. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, always come back to get more of these messages from me, Cancer. I'm still trying to reach that goal of 500 subscribers. Are slowly but surely subscribing, but that's all right. I'll take it. I'll continue to pump these messages out there for you until we at least get to that 500, so more things can open up to me so I can provide for you. All right. So until I talk to you next week, take care. Ciao.